In the heart of Accra, Ghana, the air was electric. Preparations for the annual, the 31st of December anniversary celebration were in full swing. Workers painted massive banners, soldiers rehearsed their parade marches, and government trucks, loaded with chairs and equipment, lined the city streets. Everything looked grand, and everything was being paid for with state funds. But beneath the surface of all this excitement, a question was bubbling up. People started to wonder, should a democratic country really be celebrating a military coup with taxpayers' money? At the NPP headquarters, whispers became a decision. Party executives gathered around a long table, their voices filled with frustration. Ghana's 1992 constitution had just restored the nation to democratic rule. Yet here was the state, using public money to commemorate the coup of December 31st, 1981, the very day the previous regime overthrew an elected government. A senior party member slammed a newspaper down on the table. "We cannot let the state glorify a coup using the people's resources," he declared. "This violates everything our new constitution stands for." And with that resolve, the NPP filed a lawsuit against the Attorney General. The case went straight to the Supreme Court of Ghana. The entire nation watched as the courtroom filled with lawyers, journalists, and citizens, all eager to witness this historic test of their democracy. When the case began, the NPP's lawyers argued with passion. They insisted that it was fundamentally wrong for the government to use public funds to support an event that celebrated a military coup. They pointed out that the celebration wasn't just a historical observance. It was directly tied to a political movement, the 31st of December Women's Movement, making it a partisan political activity. Using state resources for such an event, they argued, violated the core principles of the 1992 Constitution, which commits Ghana to democracy, civilian rule, and political neutrality in state spending. The Attorney General responded calmly, defending the government's position. He argued that the event had historical significance and that the government had the right to commemorate important national moments. He insisted the celebration itself wasn't illegal. The judges listened intently, carefully weighing every argument from both sides. Then, after months of deliberation, the Supreme Court delivered one of the most important constitutional rulings in Ghana's history. The court held that while the celebration itself was not unlawful, the state could not use public funds to support, promote, or organize the 31st of December anniversary. The judges emphasized that the 1992 Constitution is built on democratic values. It would be a complete contradiction for a democratic state to spend public money celebrating an event that overthrew democracy. They stated that supporting a partisan or politically aligned event with taxpayer money was unconstitutional. The key legal principles from this case became clear. First, Ghana is a constitutional state, and the state must always uphold constitution above any other rule or tradition. Also, public funds cannot be used for partisan or politically aligned activities. And third, while private groups are free to celebrate any event they choose, they cannot do so with state resources. The impact of this judgment was felt immediately across the country. The next time December 31st came around, the celebration was unnoticeable. No government trucks arrived. No state-funded banners were raised. Only private organizers, using their own money. As people walked past the gathering, some could not help but notice how far their country had come. Public money is for the people, not for celebrating a coup. And just like that, the 31st of December case became a landmark in Ghana's constitutional journey. It stands as a powerful reminder that in a true democracy, the Constitution is supreme. Thanks for watching. If you found this story of Ganar's legal case fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more animations that bring important events to life. See you in the next one.